All right. Well, I'm going to bring something to the table that I think everybody and their brother enjoys.
All right.
It's a segment here that has caught fire and caught the interest in on the show over the last 8 months or so.
Okay.
Guess who's back?
Who? Jennifer?
No.
Bob Leather?
Well, if Bob Leather were back, we'd be playing his audio.
Oh, okay. Who?
It's a news story that seems to catch the attention of most people.
Not the Bay Boys.
The Bay Boys are back.
Okay.
We love the Bay Boys.
We do love the Bay Boys.
All right. This is the latest on the Bay Boys.
Okay.
Surfer gangs, beach fort must be torn down or get a permit.
Oh, no way.
The state says, but the city is slow to act. So apparently the city is not too concerned about the Beach Boys and their stone fort.
What?
It's a fort.
Yeah, pal.
It's where they hide behind and throw dirt clods.
That's right.
Palos Verdes estate issued a letter this week saying that the city will not meet the deadline to make plans for an illegal stone fort used by a group of aggressively territorial surfers, widely known as the Lunada Bay Boys. Widely known. Only on this show.
Yeah, well, we love them.
The city statement came in a response to a letter the Coastal Commission sent on Tuesday telling the city that it has until July 6th to develop a plan to tear down the crudely built structure or begin a permitting process that would include measures to improve access to one of the state's most coveted and hostile surf breaks.
Wait a minute. So the Surfing Commission is now involved?
The Coastal Commission.
What in the hell is that? The Coastal Commission.
Well, I think it's like part of like the beaches and park district or something. The Coastal Commission.
I can just see it now. Governor Brown, tear down that fort.
Exactly.
The fuck?
They're spending time and money and resources and assets all about this beachfront.
A bunch of fucking degenerate beach guys.
I like the fact that they refer to them as a group of aggressively territorial surfers.
Are they not calling them a gang? Is that why? Are they not a surfer gang?
I guess they're a gang.
Or are they? They're not calling them a gang.
Well, not in this story.
Domo, put that sunscreen down now.
Coastal Commission enforcement officer.
That's a job?
That's a job.
Coastal Commission enforcement officer.
Right.
Get off that beach! A year do you think that fucking guy has work?
Stop throwing those dirt clubs, God damn it!
I mean, honestly, do you think this guy has 10 tasks a year to do?
No.
Cannot have anything to do. What was his title?
Coastal Commission enforcement officer.
Get the fuck out of here.
Jordan Sanchez.
Hey, get out of that water. I think I saw a shark.
Stop feeding those seagulls.
Quit it. Let go of that big sea turtle. Now. What the fuck?
Don't be walking on the beach. The grunion are running there right now.
Hey, let me measure that surfboard. It might be outside of regulation.
Yeah.
Who said you could put that beach chair on our beach?
Right.
Is that SPF 25? Get that shit out of here. What the fuck?
Coastal Commission enforcement officer Jordan Sanchez wrote that it is unlikely that he would be able to approve a permit for the fort because it's located on public land. But he said a smaller structure might be possible if the city takes steps to improve public access.
Public access to what? This private building?
Yes. Well, it's on the beach. It's on state property.
It's a place where these fucking douchebags go to drink beer, isn't it?
Yeah, they surf and they hang out and drink beer and barbecue or whatever the hell.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. More than likely, they surf right in front of this thing. This thing is built like up on the beach.
Yeah, it's a stone fort.
Yeah, and then they run down the beach with their surfboard and go and surf.
Right.
And then they come back, bring their boards up, probably jam their board in the sand, and fucking sit back and drink some beer.
Right. Sit in their little stone fort.
Yeah. Barbecue, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why this is a problem.
It's a problem.
Jesus Christ.
The city, he said, should this is written poorly. The city, he said, should make a plan that clearly identifies through signage at major streets at the coastline and on trail maps the structure as a public amenity and open to all. So this all boils down to the whole inclusiveness.
Right.
This isn't an exclusive fort or a clubhouse for these guys. This is for everyone.
Yeah, no, it's not. Did they build it?
Yeah, but it's on public property, though.
Yeah, but they built it.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, this is just a way of trying to backdoor this thing to say you can't keep people off this beach. Because This is what the whole issue is. It's that they don't want outsiders. I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, a lot of people, people who lived along the coastline, they would wear or put signs that says locals only.
Right, sure.
Because they didn't want interlopers or tourists coming in there. Mm-hmm. So it would say locals only.
Right.
Well, that's what this boils down to, is to trying to break that locals only code.
Right.
Saying that it's public signage that says this way to the beach. You know what I mean? This is a way that they can combat this without actually having to pursue these people personally.
Right.
That's what this all boils down to.
No, I get it. It's poor. It's pathetic, but I get it.
It is. It's pathetic. They can't address this problem head on because it's too hard to pin down.
Can't they just send a couple cops and arrest these guys?
Well, but that's the thing. Well, see, that's the thing. That the previous stories we read is that they did send various law enforcement people out there.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to really catch anybody in the activity, and they can't stake somebody out there all day long to see if they're up to no good.
Right, I guess.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to pass an ordinance that says, hey, everybody's allowed out here and we don't need a cop to monitor this activity all day long.
My problem with that statement, though, is that you just said they have a guy that's his job.
But he can't be there all day long and monitor that activity.
Why?
Well, he's got other seagulls and other coastline portions.
Yeah, he has nothing else to do. He's the fucking coast watcher guy.
Right.
He can fucking sit there all day.
I know, but see, this is what they're trying to do, is they're trying to make this to where there is actually a rule that could be broken to where somebody could be prosecuted.
I get
That's what they're boiling down to.
Fucking bullshit.
I agree. So if they have this stone fort out there and it's regulated by the city and they chase somebody off from using it or hanging out there or whatever, then there's a law that's being broken.
Okay.
But right now, that fort is not regulated or permitted or anything. Mm-hmm. So if somebody chased you off from there, they can't claim it. It's city domain.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're just tightening up the rules is what they're trying to do.
I get it. And then you're going to have the one asshole that tries to infiltrate it and gets his ass beat.
Yeah, but then they can say, well, this is public domain. They can have access to this, and now you're arrested for whatever.
Right, for assault or
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what this is what this is leading to. The city manager, Anton Duerbich, Dahlerbruch. What a name.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah. Instead, promised only a beach cleanup and said he hoped to develop a preliminary plan for the fort by September.
Jeez.
September.
That's a long time.
A plan. We're in June. We've got June, July, August, September. So he's taken 4 months to figure out what to do here.
You know what, Demon? I never needed to see that photo ever.
Is that the Bay Boys?
Without their drawers.
Right?
Yikes.
Yeah.
Really didn't need to see that.
Right.
Surprised that dog isn't attacking those sausages. Jesus Christ.
Right. 7 months after the Coastal Commission first raised the issue and 2 months past the state's deadline.
Right.
Jeez.
You know, naked men are just disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, but as a guy, naked guys are just disgusting.
Right.
Ugh.
The simple structure is made of stone and concrete, and the commissioner said that the problem it creates have thus far exceeded his ability to solve. The problem it creates.
Yeah.
It's a little stone structure on a beach.
Right.
How big of a hurdle is that?
Probably not huge.
The complexity of the situation has presented in no easy or immediate answer, he wrote.
I mean, the complexity.
It's a complex situation.
No, it's not. A fucking backhoe and fucking 10 minutes and the problem is solved.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Well, see, again, these, I don't know. I'm going to assume Lunada Bay is probably a very affluent area.
Sure it is.
And there's a lot of taxpayers down there, and they don't want to upset the apple cart.
Right.
So they're trying to do this in such a way that it's not going to upset anybody or get anybody bent out of shape. And because these people are holding public office,
yeah.
So they're just protecting their jobs. So they're going to go, yeah, we're going to regulate this, but we're not going to tear it down, but we're not going to ruffle any feathers, and we're not going to do this, but we're not going to upset anybody. And, you know.
Yeah. Bunch of fags.
Basically, yeah. Nowaki, Noaki, Nowaki.
Okay, guilty.
Nowaki Schwartz, a spokesman for the commission, said the agency had no immediate response to Dollar Birch's letter of non-compliance. So this Dollar Birch, he's kind of pussyfooting around.
Right.
I don't want to get my ass beat. Now, these guys are pretty rough characters.
These beach guys are tough.
Yeah, they're going to beat my ass.
These are some tough beach guys.
Yeah. In internal correspondence obtained earlier this year, by the Times through a public records request, Dollar Birch told the affluent community city council that the Lunada Bay Homeowners Association was urging the city to focus on policing the bullying in the hopes that the existence and the use of the patio becomes irrelevant.
Okay.
So it really isn't about this beach fort thing.
Right.
They're just using that as a focal point and going, you know what? If we could somehow permit that thing and regulate it, then it'll be public domain, and then nobody can bitch about it and say, hey, you can't use that fort.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's public property. I don't care. Get out of here.
Yeah, pal.
Kook.
Kook.
Halen Kilcaller, you're on the air.
Hey, it's me.
Is it Scotty from the Commonwealth?
It is, but I wasn't going to say it this time because I got ass raped for it last time.
You got ass raped. I'm surprised you could sit down and listen to the show tonight. What's up, Scotty?
Believe it or not, when I was a kid, my dad was stationed down in Florida, and I was actually a part of, like surf culture, if you will. And like that fucking, they're never going to solve this fucking problem because like that local only surf culture is like, that's been around for like since the 70s, really.
Yeah, of course. That's what I said.
Every like well-known surf spot on the fucking West Coast, the fucking East Coast, Hawaii, and fucking Australia has that same problem, if you will. You've got, a group of fucking local surfers who, there's just so many fucking ways to go around. And, like, they're very fucking territorial about that shit. You go up to, like, North Shore of fucking Hawaii, and, like, they even got a nickname for them. The locals call them Barneys. And you even get out of your fucking car with a surfboard, and they will stomp the fucking shit out of you right in the parking lot.
Well, they throw a dirt clomp and call you a kook. Kook!
Yeah, but, this is fucking hysterical. I mean, it just sounds like local politicians that are, trying to appease, the local populace just to make it seem like they're fucking doing anything. But they could put a fucking cop in that parking lot, like, for a couple of weeks. The fucking locals will see the fucking cops. They won't fucking bother anybody. They know who's who and what's what. They're fucking locals. The second the fucking cop is gone, you fucking show up with a board, and you're fucking dead. I mean, that's just, it's been like that since, like, really since, like, the early 70s.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's never going to fucking change. Those guys are fucking, they will fuck you up. I mean, that is their fucking spot. And, you get fucking, people that are not fucking, surfers that are not fucking locals show up, and, like, they fucking knock people off their fucking boards, they get in the way, they try to fucking hog waves, and they're just not going to fucking stand for it. And there's just no fucking change in that at all.
Maybe you should go out there and run for office because you're empathetic to their plight.
No, I just see the futility in it is all I see, because, like, to a small extent, I used to be a part of it, so I understand it, and I know where these guys are fucking coming from. They got their little fucking fort there, they're fucking drinking their beers, smoking their fucking weed, smoking fucking meth, whatever the fuck you're getting up to, and, like, that's their fucking territory. Just like a fucking gang has their fucking territory, except these guys fucking smoke and get high. And, anybody from the outside comes in there and tries to fucking take what's theirs, they're just not going to fucking stand for it. And that's fucking that. But this is fucking, I hear you guys talking about it. You processed this like a few weeks ago. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking hysterical. Like, like these fucking people think they're going to fucking stop that or tear the fucking fort down. Doesn't matter if they tear the fucking fort down. Nothing's going to fucking change.
I agree.
Anyway, you guys have a good night. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And hand job.
Well, like I said, this trying to pass some kind of ordinance is just a end around trying to regulate this, and it'll never get regulated.
No, probably
never happen. The complexity of this situation. In other words, these guys got my balls in a twist, and I don't know exactly how to appease the state.
That's right.
Without getting these people upset.
So funny.
That's what it boils down to.
Yep.
All right. Did you want me to finish this Bay Boys thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We'll finish this out here real quick and move on to something else because we got less than an hour to go.
Jesus.
All right. Let's see here. The internal correspondence obtained earlier this year by the Times through a public records request. Dulerbach, however you say this guy's name, told the Affluent Communities City Council that the Lunada Bay Homeowners Association was urging the city to focus on policing the bullying in the hopes that the existence and the use of the patio became irrelevant.
Yeah, man. Stop bullying in our neighborhood.
Right. A public records request for documents of the planning process to permit or tear it down yielded no documents. So, in other words, nobody's doing shit.
Yeah, nobody cares.
It was like, this is stupid. We're not doing this.
Mm-hmm. The only one that probably cares is the newspaper that keeps reporting.
Right. For that, well, or one of the state agencies that said, "What are you guys doing about this?" We're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it. Well, we've gotten several complaints. Yeah, well, we're working on it. Well, what's your plan? What are you going to do? Yeah, we're working on it right. It's a complex situation, but we're working on it.
We're formulating a comprehensive plan.
Yeah, we have a task team involved, and we meet every Tuesday at 8:31, as Bob Leather would say.
Right.
And we discuss our findings.
That's right.
For decades, witnesses have accused the Bay Boys, some of whom are reportedly middle-aged,
Oh, no.
of bombarding outsiders with dirt clods, slashing their tires and assaulting them in the water, sometimes coordinating the attacks with walkie-talkies.
In the water.
Well, coordinating their attacks is all it says.
Right.
Police reports over the years show that the fort has repeatedly been a site of alleged drug and alcohol use that the victim said fueled harassment of outsiders.
It's smoking pot.
Yeah, it's Zach Wilde. It's alcohol fueled brutality.
Right.
One alleged victim said she was sexually harassed and doused with beer in retaliation for appearing in a news article about the problem.
So she came back to the beach. They said, "Hey, bitch, let's see those tits."
Yeah, they said, "We saw what you said to the newspaper. Pour beer on that bitch." We read the article. Who do you think you are?
This is the dumbest story ever.
I know. Earlier this year, an El Segundo police officer who said he has been harassed by the Bay Boys joined other alleged victims in the class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit.
God.
We're coming after you as a group, pals. The officer, Corey Spencer, and Diana Molina Reed, the alleged harassment victim, asked a federal judge to prevent members of the gang from congregating on Lunata Bay.
Shut up, bitch.
You guys can't congregate here.
Yeah.
We got a federal injunction against you.
Yeah, I'm sure they're like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Sue us.
Yeah, go ahead.
The suit also targets the city of Palos Verdes Estates, asking a judge to require officials to investigate and prosecute crimes committed by the surfers. So you see, this is the crux of the matter, because they can't prove any crimes, but because there's probably no really ordinances
Right. So
that regulate this. So now they have to build some ordinances.
So now they're going to pass an ass load of fucking legal rules.
Yeah.
Force them off the beach.
Yeah. So then they can actually have grounds to prosecute somebody for saying, "Get out of here, kook."
Yeah. Stop throwing a dirt clod.
Yeah. So they're going to have some kind of ordinance or something that, that's going to be broken because of the new laws that are passed.
I was thinking about this. Where do they get the dirt clods from? I've been on a beach and there's no dirt clods.
Sure there are. You got that grass that grows up and it.
That's usually off the beach.
Yeah, but that's where they come down out of their seaside homes and grab a clod of dirt and start throwing it.
Grab it on the way to the fort.
Exactly. No, I love that story.
Crazy.
I keep an eye out for the Bay Boys.
You have that set as a Google.
I love it. I love the Bay Boys story.
Too funny.
So,